Welcome to another day in paradise. It's Sage, and with a new look. As requested, I have logged in on a new account to give you guys how a player with countless hours on this game would progress from ground zero. Here on the leaderboard, we can see that 70 new waves have come out, along with the ability to purchase more towers because we can now upgrade our town hall to level 12. This means that my old layout from the last video is already out of date. So, from here on, I will progress through the game again with a new perspective and show you what I've learned and how to progress as fast as possible. Alright, I think that's enough preface. Let's get straight in and grab our first tower. It's just a cannon, not really expecting much, but no worries. We have a much better method to get our base where we want it. All of the slimes will go to attack the cannon, because it's the furthest most tower and it's very centralized. There are no towers that are closer when a slime will spawn. And we have a sword. So we can just position ourselves in front of the cannon and slaughter every slime that comes our way. Or at least most of them. Great. Now we can upgrade our town hall and get new towers. It's best to purchase walls first. Why? Because with our method, our sword deals more damage compared to the towers we would be able to purchase this early. It doesn't make sense to invest in towers just yet. So we'll simply place our walls in a line and put our little cannon all the way at the end. That way, the cannon still gets value even though we're focused on dealing damage with our sword. But you don't have to if you don't want to. And we buy more walls. Sorry, cannon, you'll have your day eventually. A few more walls, moving little cannon back and right back to it. Once we finish off this wall, we'll begin purchasing actual towers, still supporting them with our sword. When you equip the hammer tool, there's a button at the bottom left that says clear base. Throughout the early game, we'll be building, clearing, and building constantly, so I want to make sure you know that you don't have to manually delete every tower, because personally, I did not. I used an auto clicker to just manually go through, clear the base this way. Don't be afraid to scrap your layout again and again and again. The biggest turning point will be Town Hall level 3. This is when you unlock the Inferno tower and can begin popping waves. At this point, you should be worrying less about getting through as many waves as possible and more on killing waves as fast as you can. I promise, we'll get to the fun stuff. Just focus on killing them. Don't bother investing in other towers, just let the Inferno tower carry for now. Unfortunately, without the auto-collect game pass, it's a little difficult to collect coins. So, I attempted to force all of the slimes to the middle by creating this layout. It was fairly effective and centralized slime death locations, and I ran with it for a while, moving it back every time I leveled up my Inferno tower and it got increased range. After collecting about 15 gold, I go ahead and enchant my Inferno. You might be wondering why I don't make it diamond, since we're investing everything into it. Well, once I do get my diamond, we can actually upgrade the town hall to level 4 and buy another Inferno. This means we can spend our diamond on that one, and later we can just re-enchant the original Inferno. It's fun. The map is even, which means the center is actually 2 tiles wide, and if we enchant the Inferno diamond, it will have the same range as the golden one, even though it's lower level. This is pretty nice, but eventually, we're just going to start focusing on leveling up the Diamond Inferno and kind of centralizing our defense around that. I honestly don't know where the gameplay recording went, but after Town Hall level 6 or 7, and my Diamond Inferno was level 11, I began placing all of the towers directly up front. It's impossible to collect coins while AFK now, because you're no longer centralizing all the deaths. At most, you would get a small portion. Yes, but you don't have to keep your character still while you're AFK. When we place all of our towers up front like that, we kind of concentrate our DPS on the slime spawn point. That means they all die along that Goldilocks zone, which we can't just keep our character in the middle of. So, I made an AutoHotkey script that makes your character walk back and forth. Unfortunately, it would drift slightly and had some other issues because we didn't really have a position it could get back to, an anchor point. Okay, so how can we get a spot that we can get back to consistently? We could try walking into a wall, but what if the wall gets destroyed? And then it hit me. I could just go and oof myself. That way, I spawned exactly in front of my base, and it also gave me a perfect camera angle. So, I just made the script move from left for 1 second to the right for 2 seconds. And finally, coin collection solved! If you want to try it for yourself, I'll leave the script in the link in the description. And now it's as simple as concentrating all of my firepower to the front of my base and taking a nap. Alright. Now I'm rich. Seems a little anticlimactic, huh? That's really all there is to progression until you max out all of your towers. There's no point in worrying about smaller details when you haven't even maxed out your base. So it's time to really stretch my fingers. Something I didn't cover about my free-to-play base is actually if you want a 5th crossbow, you have to wait until you purchase all 4 crossbows. Otherwise, it'll end up counting towards your maximum instead of just being applied to your inventory. Just be careful of that. Now, it's about finding the most optimal placement of individual towers to maximize our wave clears. I choose to place the longest range, stronger towers up front and the weaker towers in the back. This is to maximize the amount of time our stronger towers are able to deal damage and are safe behind walls, while also allowing the weaker towers to consolidate their damage up front with the stronger ones and try to protect them for a little longer. So, it's time to put it to the test and see the results of our efforts. At around wave 240, the bosses did end up having enough health to deal a substantial amount of damage to my towers, which wave 241 cleaned up thereafter. According to the event submissions for the best free-to-play bases, this does happen to be the current best base, at least as of the time of this recording. Feel free to try out my layout for yourself, or check out my last video on why I chose to place the towers where I did. I do think some of my opinions have changed from this adventure, but ultimately a lot of the things I explained are still very relevant in that video. I hope you enjoyed and learned a thing or two, and I look forward to seeing a few more free-to-play players on the leaderboards. Ciao!